Right, welcome back. Okay. Now what I want to do is to continue with maths, GCSE mathematics, okay? And here we are, mathematics GCSE key stage 4, okay? Now or level 4 if you prefer. What we're going to look at today is changing decimals into fractions, okay? So decimals can be changed into fractions and vice versa. So here we have a decimal 0.016 equals 16 over 1000. If you remember, now this is session 2 in regards to GCSE mathematics. Sorry about that, I should have mentioned that before. Now if you need to look at session 1, which is before this session 2, and it's already in the GCSE folder, okay? So here we are, 16 over 1000. Now, if you look back at session 1, you would remember that this is tenths, that's hundreds, and that's 1000, okay? So note that we can't count the number of places after the decimal point, and this is the number of zeros we use, okay? Number of places after the decimal point is 1, 2, 3, okay? Now we can bring this down further, and we can simplify this further, okay? Now how are we going to simplify it? Now let's look at this. We're saying here, right? Now how did we get from 16 over 1000 to 4 over 250? Now equals 16 over 1000 equals 4 over 250 equals 2 over 125. How did we get to 4 over 250? If we divide the 16 by 2, okay, let's look at it. And I'm going to do it a simplified version. Let me get my pen out first, okay? Let's just move back a bit, okay, so we can make sure you can see what I'm doing. Get my pen out first, okay? We're going to go with, I'm going to use purple in this case, okay? I don't want it too thick. Good. Good, okay? So let's use my purple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide this. Oh, sorry, I must watch the time. My apologies, I have to watch the time to make sure that I don't go over more than 15 minutes per session, okay? You just make sure that I'm not boring you to tears and sending you to sleep. Right, so if we look at this and we divide 16, okay, we divide. Now that's the divide sign, okay? And we divide that by 2. Okay? We do the same thing here. We divide 1000. So I'm going to bring this here, okay, across. Okay? We divide 1000 by 2. Okay? So 16 divided by 2 equals what? So we can come here, we can put this in now, and we can, let me go move over a little bit, okay? And that's going to equal, so 16 divided by 2 goes how many times? 8, okay? 8 over what? So 1000 divided by 2 equals what? It's 500. So therefore we have that divided by 2, 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Let me just bring this down to here and show you that that's where we got our results from. Okay, that's now that. Okay, 1000 divided by 2 equals 500. That becomes that now becomes this. Okay, okay. Right, now if we divide 8 by 2, divide by 2 again. Okay, and now I'm doing this the simple way, the easiest way. Okay, for those of you who are a lot smarter, you can do it all in one go. You smart Alex. But that is a good thing, so don't feel any way about that. But this is for those people who have problems with mathematics and understanding how the process is arrived at. So I'm doing the fundamental mechanics and the groundwork that shows us how we arrive at a given point. Okay, so we then divide 8 by 2, that gives us 4. Okay, and that's where that now gives us that answer. Okay, okay, and the 500 divided by 2 as well, that will then give us that answer. Okay, and that answer. Okay, okay, and again, now if we divide 4 by 2, and again we're going to divide that by 2. Okay, division symbol. Okay, and we're going to divide this by 2. Okay, 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 that will then give us that is equal to this. Right, let me just bring it down now. This here will be equal to, coming down, and we know that will not be equal to that because it's been divided by 2. Okay, that will now be equal to this because it is divided by 2. All right, and therefore we have our simple function. We could take this down. Can we take it down any lower than this? Can we take it down any lower than this? Would 100 divided by 2 any further? Well, not really, will it? Will it? Or will it? And that is your lowest that it will go to. So you have 0.016 is equal to, as a fraction, converting from a decimal, equal to 2 1/25. I repeat, it is 0.016 is equal to 2 1/25. Okay? Now, I'm not going to remove this in any shape or form at the moment, so you understand it. Now, you need to practice this for yourselves. Always simplify as much as possible. So you bring it down to its lowest numerator and its lowest denominator. And again, numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator. Okay. So, changing fractions into decimals, okay? And again, you will recall that is our heading, changing decimals into fractions, okay? But changing fractions into decimals, okay? Now here we have fractions can be changed into decimals using a calculator, but we're not going to use a calculator to do this. We're going to do it the long-winded and old-fashioned way of doing maths, okay? You remember that you are really dividing the numerator by the denominator. Numerator, denominator. What's this? Numerator, denominator. Again, numerator, denominator. Amazing, anyway, wondered, but never mind. It's okay, I'm just having a thought here in a moment. Something once, when I was in school, I remember learning timetables by rote. And we just sing it kind of thing. But it's okay, I'm just reminiscent. Right. We need to convert this to decimal, okay? So let's have a look. Let me get my pen. Let me use, I'm going to use a red, I think. Is it red? Yes, it's red. Okay. Is it red? Yeah, red. Oh, hang on, this didn't come out. Sorry. Here's the red. Okay. Now, that is equal to, as a decimal. So let's get this into place. Equals, now let me put in my bracket, okay? What I want to do is put in my bracket, okay? So I'm going to put in my bracket. So what we're actually doing, we're dividing 17 by 25. So we're dividing 17 by 25. And 25 goes on the outside, okay? Crumpets. So I got to get my rubber. I have to rub it out. Okay, got to get my pen back. Nope. Got to get my pen back. Select my pen. Okay, put it back. And there should be 20. Let me put the bracket back into place. Okay, thank you. And there should be 25. Okay. Okay. So we're saying 17 into 25. 25 into 17. And let's look at it now. Equals. another bracket, okay. Now equals 25 into 17, you can't, so that goes to 0. Okay, and that's a naught. And I put a decimal point because it is a naught. Okay, decimal point. So because I add a naught up here now, 25 into 17 doesn't go. I have to add a naught here. Okay. So what then now say is 25 into 170. Now remember, I've now made this 170. Okay, 170, because I've added a 0 here. Having first tried to divide 17 by 25, but 25 into 17 does not go, so you then have a 0 up here. Okay, so the question now is, how many times does 25 goes into 170? And that is a question you now need to consider and look at carefully. Okay, now we know 25 into 100 goes 4 times. 25 into 50 will go twice. So 4, 5, 6 times. So we know here 25 into 170 will go 6 times. Six times, okay? Now that leaves me 20. Okay, that leaves me 20 here. So I'm just going to put 20 here, okay? Now what can I say? 25 into 20. And I'm looking at this way. 25 into 20 does not go because I've dealt with the 170 already, okay? And I know it gives me 6. I'm now looking at 25 into 20 because it is the remainder from 170. And you have to take the remainder into account, okay? Always take the remainder into account because it matters, okay? And this is my remainder here, okay? So I'm now going to 25 into 20, cannot go. So I need to add a naught. So here I added 0, okay? Now, what I now need to say now 25 into 200. We know that 25 to 100 goes 4 times. If it's 200, therefore it's going to be 8 times. So here we have 0.68, and we put the 8 here. Excuse me. We put the 8 here, okay? Right. So therefore it's equal to 0.68. Let me just clear this a bit so I can make sure I've got my rubber plate in. Let me get my pen back, okay? So my pen, click back onto there, okay? And that's equal to 0.68. Okay, and that is how we work it out, okay? Now I've done physical work here. I didn't want you to have a situation where we were looking at it and we wondered what we were doing, okay? So that's the answer, okay? Put here, answer. S W E R. Answer, okay? This fraction tells us to divide 17 by 25, okay? And we can do this by pressing the buttons on the calculator in the following order. Now, you can do it by calculator, but I'm interested in the mechanics of the process which we have to apply to understand how the calculator has performed the function to arrive at the answer, okay? Okay, that will be it for now, thank you, and I hope you found this useful. The next part of this will follow on in brief, okay? So let me just see, have I done the next bit? So the next bit we will look at again, and we will actually be doing some exercises, okay? Right, thank you for your time, have a good day, and I hope, let me just make sure that we've got all the bits in and that you can see everything fully, okay? Okay, that's good. Okay, good. Thank you. Bye-bye.